Hey Slate, how do? Ugh. Hello Astro. Hello T. Hmm. Well, that's for Patreon. So I'll do that. That I haven't posted yet. Uh, so busy. That's a random test. Probably this. I want to do some more stuff with that. Yeah, taking the foot off the gas with personal projects. Focus on more tooling stuff. Since I'm doing the lighting for Patreon and all that sort of stuff. What did I want to figure out? Hey, Quentin, can't take screenshots of that because it'll lag. Well, it might lag me. I don't know. We'll see. I did want to figure out how to swap lighting levels, to be honest, which is tech lighting. How are you all doing? How's the week gone? Gone pretty quick for me, although I've been very busy. Very tired, but it is what it is. We just announced a new guest talker today. Give that a check out as well. Hey, Harry. So I posted this on LinkedIn, but I improved. There's some improvement on the tool. So this will actually attenuate now through for every light. So the way we did that was let's turn this down. We basically swapped it to light, and then we had to get the actual component from all the lights. And then this was the part that took ages to figure out. You can't access the local light component straight from that actor, so you have to cast to it. I removed some bloat, so here there was a sprint print to string from attenuation radius. Doesn't need to be that anymore. So I just cleaned up this whole graph, um, which was nice. But yeah, what I wanted to figure out was the next sort of big thing in between figuring out what we want to do for the stream. So I wanted to figure out how to swap between these easily. And I don't think it's a streaming thing because we set this up in game. That's easy, but to set up in editor, it's you don't have the same nodes. You don't stream in editor, right? So it's more of a visibility thing. So I want to show that and then hide that, and vice versa. But for now, we'll just do it with two sub levels. I think. And are you guys going to be playing Crimson Desert? Comes out in an hour, I think, on Steam. I'm gonna download it overnight. Playing RE9. RE9 looks nice. Looks good. I'll have a go on the weekend. Nice, Harry. For science, I just want to really make this super obvious in what we're aiming for. Hey Zero, not too bad. How you doing, chap? So we'll not make it too harsh on the eyes. So we'll do that. Then we'll go to this one. And we'll do this. Now, yeah, there we go. How's everybody's Thursday going? All good? I gotta show you guys something I showed some of the guys on Discord. I'm gonna try one of these tomorrow. I saw it in the village where I live. Yeah. From the fish and chip shop. Oh shit, I doxed myself. No, it doesn't. Oh well. Everyone knows where I live anyway. But yeah, Cadbury cream egg, deep fried. I'm gonna try one tomorrow. Don't want to risk it today. Please don't. That sounds awful. What if it tastes good though? That's the scary thing. It sounds so absurd that I need to try it for science. But I need to try it on a Friday so that if I get ill, I have the weekend to survive. Oh, we don't want that anymore. The fuck is that? So we have a thing. I don't know. We have this thing in the UK where if it's a Mars bar or a Snickers or a cream egg, apparently, deep fry it in batter. It's something fish and chip shops sometimes do. Why did you bring up two food topics now, bro? Look at me. Oh, I was showing them the fact that in the UK we will deep fry. Well, fish and chip shops will deep fry like Snickers and Mars bars and stuff like that, right? Hey, Tickety, how you do? How do? Yeah, I do want to go back to Blender at some point. I kind of want to keep doing the house for the Blockout series. I also want to make try my hand at making a prop again, like a simple prop but with sub D I haven't done sub-D modeling in a long time, so I know there's a pro boolean stuff, but doing it for fun, it'd be nice to do a sub-D, some sort of DIY asset, um, to get more comfortable with Blender. But yeah, I want to bulletproof this tool, like really bulletproof it before do some testing, and then eventually find out a way to sort of how I want to release it, whether it's Patreon or Fab or something like that. But I need to do a lot of testing to get this the way I want it to be. I want to add a few more false colors. I want to change false color to a tick box because sometimes you can get confused if it's on or off. Um, at the moment, it doesn't even work because we're unplugging a bunch of stuff here. But I would have used Maya if it was free, but it's not free, so it has to be Blender, which is not a bad thing. It's just you have like 12 years of comfort in Maya. It's very difficult. I also need to figure out this false color thing because the false color only works if the post process, it works in a local. So it doesn't work now because the post process doesn't have the PPM in it, whereas the one on the night scenario does. So I need to find a way to keep this clean so that when you press false color, it injects into there. Listen, just because you can't model in Maya, take Maya over Max any day. But yeah, anyway, obviously, I want to make the false color inject into the current post process or have it generate a new post process as transient. Probably easier to spawn a post process, otherwise, you have to tag every post process in the game. Yeah, Zero Maya's fine. It's okay. He's challenged, right? He's got a debuff. Although we ain't listening to him. You know why? Because we Tokyo drifting away. That's why. Hey, welcome, chap. Good to see you again. What does false color do? It's kind of like oh god, I'm going to explain it terribly. Like a technical technique to debug lighting values from film, and it'll basically take your lighting and color in the certain values that are on the screen. So in Unreal, you can measure 0 to 1 illuminance and measure that with color using a color curve. But it's a good way to like get your values all the same, so you're not overexposing or underexposing. Um, in film. For games, it's really good for cinematics if you have to, because usually with cinematics, right, I think you have to do like 12 to 15 shots a day at least, is what we were doing on UD. And that's a lot of speed lighting, just lighting faces over and over. And sometimes you can tunnel vision and you're just tunnel visioning so much and lighting stuff a bit darker than usual. So false color is like a good scientific, technical way to assess your values, right? So yeah, it'll take like yeah, a lot of examples are from film, but let's get this image up. So like in this example, right? This curve, you can set this up however you want, as many colors as you want. Like, hey Bogan, how you doing, chap? So what I want to do on the tool is I want to make three of these. One for one simple one. This one's based off IRE, which is like a standard color curve format used in film. But yeah, basically 0 is black, pure white is 1. So a lot of the time, if you're like a super moody game, right, you're going to be between like 0.1 to maybe 0.4. If you're a really bright game, you start to reach like 0.6 and 7. I haven't worked on anything yet where you start going above 0.6. That's kind of super bright. So, but yeah, you could use this view and you could be like, okay, our art direction is that we want most of our levels to not go into purple because that's too dark. It's pretty much almost 0 black. And we don't want to go into much red. So we definitely don't want to see any yellow. We want to stop around 0.5. So you can just use this, the button, and just basically look at your values, right? That's basically what it's used for. It's really good on characters. It's good on environments too, but especially good on character cinematic lighting because that's where it originates from, right? Films. Oh, you can see. So I cleaned it up, right? So this was the attenuation checker I posted on my portfolio a while back. You see, like an attenuation check going into a string, so into a string conversion or whatever this is. But there's no string, so there's no point in doing that. So when I did the polish pass on this, a few days ago, I was able to understand it more and clean it up. So once we added in the other lights, you can see now that we just go straight from attenuation into attenuation. No need to go into a sort of pink line or string because the string is back here. And then now we do all lights. So we get all lights and not just spotlights. So bit by bit, that's what we mean by bulletproofing, right? Wishing you a great streaming. Thank you very much, chap. The stuff you've been doing on LinkedIn is, you've been posting is pretty cool. But now I want to figure out how to do this thing here, which I've done in build. So when I did a build of this, I was able to change levels easy with streaming. But to do it in editor, there is no streaming in editor, so you have to do it with visibility. So I'm going to basically go and hunt for, I don't know even where to start. So I'm going to hunt for some sort of show and hide sub-level nodes, right? Because all I want to do is very simple. I just want to click a button, and then that goes on, and the other bits hide, and the other button. And we've done it in the game using streaming, but we need to do it in editor for construction purposes. So I'm probably going to do it for the lighting deck, which means I would need to release a lighting zoo. Yeah, I don't know if I should put it on the deck or if I should put it in a blueprint. Either way, I need to do the same logic. Well, yeah, let's try and find out how to do this. That's a fun challenge. Leah's a celebrity now. God, everyone's like reposting her stuff, her and V stuff on LinkedIn. I don't know if you've seen it. We got a celebrity. Remember me when you make it. No, not level streaming. Minutes of fame. Sets a levels visibility in the editor. Less efficient than set levels visibility when changing the visibility. Less efficient than set levels visibility. Sets levels. Sets a levels visibility more efficient than when changing. All right. So interesting. Okay. I suppose anyone here has a lot of experience with having like work featured, like lighting work featured for platforms that are monetized? Question mark. Click button. I mean, this is looking promising. This is basically how I've been learning Blueprint, just like, and then recreating it over and over, then learning to why it does it this way. Like I say, there's no major resources out there other than the people I usually reference to on ArtStation. So array of levels. Can I do a singular level though? Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. I don't think this will work though, because this is a streaming level. That's for gameplay. It's not for construction. Oh yeah, that's it. Got to get the highest level in the Discord, bro. Just gonna start spamming the Discord, bro. There he is. The other celebrity. Rose first on Bollywood. I've been told you can't call it Bollywood. You have to call it the what is it Vasesh used to say? You have to call it the Hindi Hollywood scene. You wish to be proper. Ah, why? I've never seen a warning like this before. Oh my god. Illegal reference to private object. What? Illegal? Excuse me? Illegal. On clicked, get level, lighting day, set visibility of that level to on. I mean, you're not giving me an error, but you're saying I can't save? This is how my blueprint goes. This is why it's taking months to learn this stuff, to learn it properly. Because, oh, why is that a thing? Oh, well, there's no Google stuff for it, so. Illegal. Oh, dude, Epic Games would arrest me on crimes against baked lighting. Honestly. Why the fuck are you not saving? I think this is probably the wrong node. Oh, this node in general is nasty. Oh, wow, okay. Let me try this. If you want to radicalize a lighting artist, have them use baked lighting on mobile phones. Oh, why are you saying this? What's wrong with you? Need to Google this. Not sure what it means. Illegal. Muggler chonk. Where does this live? It doesn't like doesn't like the because I'm doing this within the medieval folder structure. I don't think it likes that. I do eventually need to migrate all of this to a fresh project when I learn to make it a plugin or whatever. Enable selected levels to use external actors and convert their actors. I don't know what that means either. Yeah, I think it's because this is the medieval projects with this stuff in. So I think the solution to that is probably making a new project and migrate everything over, so that it's not getting all messy with the other projects. At least that's what I'm getting from all these errors and reading up on it. I need to do that anyway, right? If I ever want to store it as a plugin, it needs to be a simple, its own project. I guess I should make a new project and just put that stuff in there. And we're in uncharted territory. Don't forget, post your work in the feedback channel on Discord. Since you got 14 minutes. Come on, launch. You guys see the new Spider-Man and Doom trailer? Thoughts? What are the thoughts? I didn't watch it on purpose to avoid possible spoilers. He's the one. Wait, what are you installing? I didn't tell you to install anything. Ah. There's still MCU. I'll just hope. I found some good documentation potentially on this issue. content only plugin to collect and share your assets, such as blueprints, EUWs, which is what we are, and we have materials and we're doing lighting zoos. On RealFest 2024, I presented in the session how to create a content plugin. Self-contained, teach your assets. No. Okay. Oh my god, I have the perfect icon for that as well. The 10FOV face of me. Okay, this seems simple. Nah, bro. If I ever release this, I'm gonna try and sneak it past the fab moderation. Right, it's gonna be friggin'. It's gonna be this emote right here. This one. That's gonna be the plugin icon. There's just people like, why is that in the announcements chat? That'll be the logo. Place your nose. Oh, I'm like Rudolph. Nah, you've already offended me, V. I'm blacklisting you from industry. IYFBK. Interesting. Okay. I think I get it. This is brand new territory, so hey, have a good night, dude. Thanks for popping by. Blueprint. Create a plugin that will have a blueprint library function. Create a blank that only contain. I think it's this one. Yeah. These other ones are more complicated. I thought this was the good. Oh no. Good. Oh. 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 Cringe. Leah, screenshot it. Screenshot it. Oh my god, Slate. You're such a potato. You absolute potato. Oh my god. Dude, you just said that to a lead artist in the industry. Bro's already speed running his blacklist. Bro messed up again. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Oh god, that's funny. Oh god. Oh man. Some funny shit. It's just this question mark. He's probably like, what the fuck? No, catching strays. Oh man. Oh, dude, that's some funny shit. Oh my god. Oh god. So this is the way I get. I was wondering how I get the lighting toolkit on all my other projects. This is the way then. This is going to be perfect. Oh fucking hell, that's funny. He's he's never coming back. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh god. Right, let's do some feedback. So yeah, this is going to be lead me into being able to eventually release this properly through Fab down the line. But also, I'm going to be able to inject this into my other projects because it's not going to be linked to a specific thing. So this is really good. So I need to keep reading that page. Look at he's late. Look at him. Who's the D here? Late ass posting threat. Oh, Slate, you're very brave asking for feedback after your performance. Right, Lyra. First two picks. My final daytime and sunset environment lighting. I don't know what happened. It seems I broke the file because the directional light doesn't show properly. It looks like now the third picture, like there's a lot of bounce light, but no actual direct light. I haven't touched anything, it just became this way. Yeah. It's really dependent on like hardware as well. I've seen issues like this happen with students. And I've had weird issues like this happen with my Sky Atmosphere as well. It's very, very odd. I mean, these are your finals. I mean, yeah. I mean, at this point, you could iterate on this forever, right? But I would call this a good one. Uh, this is reminding me of GDK, German Dominik Kebab. They have these lumps. I'd call this a good one and move on to your next piece. Otherwise, you're just going to keep finding things to iterate on. I'm not. I think this might be hardware related, or we used to have this sort of thing on Until Dawn where all the shadows were like splotchy. We actually ended up turning ray tracing. I don't know if we turned it off and used virtual shadow maps, but I'm pretty sure that virtual shadow maps looked better than ray tracing on our project for that. But yeah, that could also be a hardware issue as well. But no, these look good. They're quite a big improvement from before. Take pictures of your settings, if this is physically based or not, and your light setup. And then, yeah, I would move on to the next one because we keep feeding back on this for weeks and weeks. But I think it's good to compartmentalize this since you've done a lot of iteration and pushed it, and then move on to another piece and apply what you've learned. Yeah, good job. Good progression. I don't know what your intention is for your next piece. Maybe a gameplay piece. Maybe like something that you can drop a character in and move around, so it's not locked to a camera. That'll give you some good experience as well with gameplay lighting. All right, weirdo. Let's do your feedback. Done with vertex painting and decals for building and ground. Only thing left to do is building background. Before moving on, anything to improve and change. Second shot is showcasing the forest. Internal debate whether we should do foliage from scratch. I mean, do you want to be a foliage artist? If not, no. Don't make foliage from scratch. Or use textures from Megascans and SpeedTree. Does it hurt to use Megascans? No, Megascans is fine. The key is to make it look like you want to use Megascans as an ingredient in the overall recipe of your project, not as a Deliveroo. So you should splice it in, and we shouldn't be able to tell what's what. That's going to be the key challenge, that the quality of your work matches the bits that you throw in. Because yeah, you could mega scan some debris, some cola cans knocked around, all that sort of stuff. This is very it's a bit flat. So I think it's flat for a few reasons. One is it doesn't look like you have a sky atmosphere or a volumetric fog, or you might have it and it's not kicking in enough. Because sky atmosphere will give you the layering of the mountains, especially once you start adding trees in this shot or whatever. And the fog will separate the background from the foreground. Because there's no fog or it's very faint, it's quite difficult to get distance from this as well. And then your lighting is quite flat. I see shadows, but it doesn't look like the shadows. It almost looks unlit until I look at these shadows here. So you probably want more dramatic shadows, definitely casting across the floor, because this floor is standing out. It's just this big blotch of noise, right? So obviously doing some vertex painting and breakup on here, but also you can break this up with lighting. So maybe have longer shadows casting across into the floor, or put some stuff off camera, make a spotlight, and cast that onto the floor as well. Anything off the camera here is free game. But yeah, get your fog in. Block this in. Be good to see this at the moment. I can't really give feedback on this until it's too early on, right? But yeah, take your image, make it black and white, blur it, and see if you can see the value structure. You probably won't be able to, and then start working on your value structure and doing that test with black and white and blurring. But yeah, I've seen the material work you've been doing, very sharp stuff. If you want to focus on material stuff as well, put a camera near the curb, high focal length to really show off that detail. So you could easily get 1 or 2 extra close-up shots. How do you remove depth of field? Just on your cinematic camera, turn the either turn the aperture up, or you can just turn it off. So in here, you can turn this focus method to disable, or you can put it on manual, enable this debug plane on your camera angle, and that camera is where the depth of field will start kicking in. It's meant to be purple, but I've obviously temporarily messed up the post process. But yeah, you can turn it off there otherwise. Yeah, anything camera related through the camera, anything post process related through the post process. For now, just to keep it simple. I get some reference for your lighting and what you want to achieve. It feels very Fallout at the moment. If that's the goal, that's fine. Even if it is Fallout, just cast longer shadows. Chiaroscuro, be dramatic. But yeah, no, good stuff. Otherwise, like, this is a good scope for your material leveling up. Yeah. Who is this? I can't see the full name. It's got dots. Who's typing up a storm of a message? Yeah, hopefully that helps, chat. Oh my god, look, you're getting there. You almost on the bronze. Oh, another trench. I've seen so many of these recently. I think Astro did one as well. Let's see. I did only relight. I didn't do any other thing. So you're just doing the same cameras with the lighting. Depends on your goal, right? What's the oh, it's designer. There we go. What's the goal, right? Because there's no reference. So what were you aiming for? What's the story you wanted to tell with the lighting? Bro, I've got the baddest soundtrack on right now. Madagascar 2 track. Let's go. Chunky, chunky, chunky. I'll just find a song I want. Yeah, so with relights, there's got to be a purpose, especially with the trench, because it's very popular. So ideally, reference what your goal is with it. Um, what do you want the viewer to feel? Is it a gameplay environment? If so, we need to be able to run around it. If it's a cinematic environment, um, so I think that will be the main key. And this is like more specific to like the overall goals of what you want to get from a relight. Um, like it says you're doing PBL. So yeah, if you're doing PBL, I'd start off with PBL, but then start breaking the rules slightly to get some drama. Or use this as do 3 types of PBL. Do this one, do overcast, and do early morning. And then you can frame it under the case of this is a PBL study, which by nature is boring to do PBL studies, but it's good to have at least once on your portfolio. Like here's like the PBL stuff to show you can do it. That way, then you don't really have to justify the more artistic stuff. So I would frame this under this is my PBL study using these types of references, which you need to post, especially in your final thing, and then do at least 2 or 3 lighting versions with PBL and get all the stats and numbers right. And then for your next relight, do something more artistic as well. But yeah, from what I can see, I mean, you've got some longer shadows, which is good. One thing I'd recommend, I said this to Astro as well. A good trick you can do, like I'm not sure if you've done this, but when you have a shot where you're looking down a corridor, let's put some mirror. And this is for anyone, right? Anyone that's lighting. If you want a nice trick that you can do when you have long corridors or you're on a linear path, We've given this feedback a few times in the Discord, and it's helped all the time with people. So what you want to do is, right, when you have shots like this, you can see into something, or you're looking at an entryway leading into something. You can get all this popping quite nicely if you were, you make a spotlight up here, right? Floating spotlight, and you sort of have it. And you have a long attenuation. You turn off inverse, which again, it's gonna, if you're doing PBR, it's gonna make you cry, but is fine. So you have a spotlight and you kind of cast it down here, and then what you can do, right, is you can turn off diffuse and just have it do specular. You can have diffuse as well, and that's fine, but you're going to get this really nice sort of gradient of specular, and that's exactly the same feedback gave Astro, and it was a nice pop on his floor. So yeah, when he did this scene, I think it was here, right? This stuff here that pops out the road comes from the spotlight, not the main directional light. So it's a good trick to do. I do that trick all the time. I did it on UD. So like here, there's a spotlight up here. It could actually be brighter at this point, but at the time it was softer. The spotlight up here, casting down onto the snow. All this little subtle effect here. There's one here, casting down. So, it's a great trick. And if it's too effective in terms of like it's too strong, what you can do, right, is you have it as a specular only light. So you have your light casting in a glancing angle, right? And you turn off the inverse square law, which is more optimal for this type of light because now you can stretch it out and the light is going to reach much more based on the attenuation. Let me just expose this down. Here, oh come on, real. Yeah, turn inverse off. Why are you not showing? Fuck knows. And then if you type in diffuse, you can put that to 0. And then specular scale, you keep that on 1. And then that's what's called a specular only light. And that's what gives you sort of the pop on your materials. You can keep the diffuse on 1. It's just that sometimes, especially for characters, right? You can do a specular only and help them pop a bit more from where they're at. Okay, there we go. Just because exposure. So yeah, don't be afraid to throw in some fake highlights. Otherwise, pure PBL is a bit boring. So use PBL, then put some highlights in, but keep that under the guise of PBL, and then you'll be good. But yeah, for your next project, try and go like crazy with stuff, right? Try and experiment with colors and base stuff off either paintings or films. If you want to stand out as a lighting artist. So that's the key now, either doing gameplay environments or cinematic environments. Use a lot of color. I'm doing this in my work. I'm guilty of this as well. So I'm pivoting now to doing more colorful stuff as well with cinematics. So that would be key. But yeah, other than that, it's solid overall. Just do those polishes and then move on to something and focus on like a cinematic, colorful piece or something like that. But it's solid otherwise, like solid but boring, which is fine because everyone needs at least one boring PBR piece to show they can do it. So, I mean, I have the same, right? So, cool. Hopefully, it helps. So yeah, do a few more times a day on it, and you'll be good. Designer, you're on your next piece already. Nice, dude. You just finished it. Okay, you finished it. What do you think could have done better? Do you think the breakdown images are clear and well structured? So you've made a piano asset. So are these all your shots, or are you gonna have more? Because it would be good to see some high poly only renders. It'd be good to see the piano on its own as a standalone hero shot on like just a grey background with a high focal length. I think you could have another camera angle up here, having a high focal length on the piano keys as well. So you can definitely extract a lot more info from this. But the asset itself, let's have a look. Breakdowns. I think the breakdowns look good. Modular and duplicated. Nice. That's all good, dude. Yes, if you're going to show your albedo, show your roughness as well. This normal details one, it can't really see what's going on with it, so I would just change that to roughness. These arrows, what are these arrows? So you're pointing from here to here. This is different to this. Then from here, you point to the pillar to this, and then here to this. So those bits don't make a lot of sense. If anything, you'd want to kind of point all the way across to the reference. But you got all the parts there. I think you can rejig some of it a little bit, for sure. If you want a great example of a style to copy, you can't go wrong with this guy's dentist piece, right? Just copy this format for breakdowns and you're gold, right? It's okay to have a few separate images for stuff as well. But yeah, shows all his maps. Next to his wireframe, leaves a bit of space on the edges. Nice big font. Images are all together in the same format. You know, that's I would basically try and go for that style. Whereas this feels a bit random sometimes. So yeah, just take that and rejig it. You should be good. I mean, asset wise, it looks pretty solid. It looks like a good third person asset, I'd say. So if this was in a game and you're walking around it and it's in an interior, this would meet quality. If you were planning for this to be a hero asset that a player really interacts with, it would need a lot more work and polish. But if the focus is sort of third person, this hits quality overall, I'd say. This gets a bit noisy here, so just be careful of that. But yeah, you need a standalone shot with 3-point lighting. That will really help it shine as well. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, show roughness, show maps equally. Try and avoid doing this slicing thing. It's better just to see all the maps at once. Standalone shot on like dark grey with 3-point lighting, higher focal length. Wireframe looks good, like very sensible wireframe. So Pretty cool, otherwise. Very nice. I mean, it is a lot shinier than this one, but I'd say I don't know if you did a high poly for this, but just trying to overemphasize the your chamfers because it looks a little bit tight when I look at this. Quite sharp. This feels quite sharp, and a nice bevel on the high poly will bake into that nicely. But if you're not doing high poly, you may as well chamfer and face weight. But I think you did a high poly from what I can see of the normal map. Well, cool. No, it's solid. Otherwise, yeah. Show me again when you got all your breakdowns ready for like the high poly, the camera shots, the 3-point lighting version, the construction shots being layered. But yeah, use this. I'll put this guy's stuff in. I'd say he's the gold standard for asset breakdowns on this piece. But yeah, good stuff overall, man. Good progression. You're learning fast, which is good. Bro, don't ever DM me again. How dare you? You fucking you bastard. What have you DM'd me, you bastard? Look what he's DM'd me. Hold on, let me check the DMs are safe. What have you done? What's this? Why have you DM'd me this? I can't believe you've done this. It's a Bolchinian. At least you spelled my name right. Most people spell it wrong. Yeah, like these are better. Just I don't like the striping thing. It doesn't really do much. But yeah, these types of shots where you're linking stuff in is better. I say that this to me is like a third person asset, right? Hits the quality of that. If you wanted to take it to hero asset quality, you probably need to do a lot more work in the high poly if you do an asset like this next time. But it depends on your context either way, right? But yeah, I like it otherwise, dude. Good stuff. Hey, I got silver. Nice. What could be good for you, designer? Your next piece, right? Because I noticed you've got like hammers and stuff here, which again, these are kind of just like third person quality. Um, what would be good is in one of your future projects, take something like this hammer or this tuner or this stool and just go ham. Make it the best hero asset you can. I think that's gonna round out your skill set nicely because you've got the bigger picture stuff down, making assets quick, which is important for game production, focusing on the bigger picture, which you have done with the piano. But I think what you need to round out your skill set, you need something like this, right? In terms of quality and focus, you need something that is just a simple asset done incredibly highly polished. I think that's going to round out your current skill set quite nicely. So whether you do it next or in the future, I think that's a route I would recommend for you. And any environment artist really having just one piece that is like this, just you've gone ham on. That is the meta because you have to really lock in on the asset and get all the details in. But yeah, good stuff. You guys are leveling up nicely, which is cool. No, keep that DLSS 5 out. You've already derailed the stream by threatening people, Slate. No more. Right, so we made this. You gave it a file name. It's been made. So that means it should appear now in. So it should technically be in here. Oh. You know something? Just for science. Hold on, just for science. It has to be PNG. V, save it as PNG. Save it as PNG, quick. Yeah, WebP file. There it is. Oh, this is going to be cool, man. I can see it coming together in a few months. Releasing it. It's going to be cool. What's wrong with 0.5 metals, T? Use the full value range of metallic map like an artist, like a full grayscale. Only cowards use 0 and 1. Man, you guys are being super sus in chat. If I just read what you guys have put out of context, it sounds so wrong. Tell me to stop and I will. Haha. No, don't. Okay, that's it. Gloves off. Don't stop. I got to put you guys in timeout. Like, you guys are out of control in that chat. So I just put this stuff in the folder and it's done? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Well, that's easier than I thought it would be. What's this early propaganda? So if I move stuff in there, then it's all centralized. Okay. So I need to make my lighting zoo then. Or lighting gym. Those strange things. I have two plugins folders. Hmm. Keep of it's fine. Ugh. It's definitely been a fun stream. That's for sure. It looks like we found our gateway into making this a plugin that we can inject into any project. So I'll be doing the setup for that, which means it's easier to deploy and beta test to people. So we'll put our lighting zoos in here. We'll put our false colors, basically decentralize, and then that should fix the issue with the level swapper we're making, where it was saying illegal, because it'll be linked to a centralized location. So I think that's the play. I just want to pop and say you're all going an amazing job. Hey, cheers, Chelsea. Yeah, they're doing great. Some good stuff being made. Oh, show. Nice. Cool. Yeah. I'll work on that then. And then we're one step closer to beta testing with some of the Patreons. All right. It's been fun. Good stuff, guys, on the work. Go check out our new guest talk announcement. We'll be talking about nanite. And you can join the Patreon for all sorts of exclusive stuff. Thanks for all the regulars coming by saying hi. And yeah, if anyone's on the Discord voice, I'll pop on in a little bit after. But yeah, good stuff, guys. I'll speak to you guys next week or on the Discord.